Minister of Police, Minister Dos. Minister Cele.
Thank you very much, my colleagues, media, the community out there and everybody. Not much to say today, except to say somebody will read the list of permitted things. I'll read the list of prohibited things. That would be on Action D on the regulations as signed by the Minister of Culture and gazetted. Places and premises closed to the public. The following places and premises are closed to the public. Any place or premise normally open to public where religious, cultural, sporting, entertainment, recreational, exhibitional, organizational, or similar activities may take place. Prohibited. Any place or premise normally open to the public where goods other than essential goods are procured, acquired, disposed, or sold. Any place or premise normally open to the public, such as public parks, beaches, and swimming pools, flea markets, open-air food markets, fairs and bazaars. I don't know exactly what's that, but I'll see it written. Fairs and bazaar, and I'll know it's closed. Nightclubs, casinos, hotels, lodges, guest house, except to the extent that they are required to remain because they have tourists. I can explain this later. Private and public game reserves, except those that they are still tourists. Holiday resorts, except to the extent that they are required to remain tourists confined to such holiday resort. On consumption premises, including taverns, ship-ins, shisanyama, where liquor is sold. This time we are not buying liquor between 9 and 6. You shall not buy liquor. I'm sure that makes life easy for all of us. Off consumption premises, including bottle stores where liquor is sold. Off consumption areas in supermarkets where liquor is sold. When you go to these supermarkets, there are portions that sell liquor. They shall not. I know that some of them, they've got a tendency of moving their liquor to the main shelves. If we find anybody coming out there with that liquor, ingozi yodwa. Theaters and cinemas, shopping malls and centers, excluding grocery stores and pharmacies, and taxi ranks, bus depots, train stations, and airports. Minister will expand on that. Restaurants shall not operate. There shall be no food at restaurants. You buy food from these outlets and go and cook home. So there is no need to be on the road. There is no need to move around. There is no need to move around. There was a little bit of a story earlier on that you can walk your dogs. There shall be no dogs that will be walked. The cluster match, discuss, and we agree that it doesn't enhance the call made by the president. If you do really want to walk your dog around your house, it ends there. It can't go beyond that. The main act of the Disaster Act says that the movement of the alcohol or liquor can be restricted. There shall be no movement of the liquor from point A to point B. If you find the liquor in your boot, that's illegal, that's crime. So, which means what you have at your home, you'll consume it there, not next door. There shall be no movement. To show that you are serious, it tells us that if you break these laws or these regulations, we are 6 months in or fined or both. In KZN, 2 people have been charged already, charged with attempted murder, who deliberately moved around after they've been told that they don't have to move around. So it's not a fairy tale to say the law will act and act very harsh on you. We hope we'll work together here, because one other thing we need to do is to open the spaces when this virus gets worse. Not having alcohol will make people not to be involved and cause road accidents, will make people not to stab one another because they get drunk first and they stab one another and shoot one another. So they'll open space in hospitals to make sure that we deal with these matters. Lastly, we have not forgotten that there might be a response or negative response to people when they are put in their houses, and increase the question of abuse. We have increased our units that deal with the matters of women and children abuse, and we will make a call to say those people can have the number and phone when they are abused to the number 0800 150 150. Those that will be feeling that they are being abused, especially the abuse of women and children, they can call to this number. The police will respond. And then ordinary crime that you see, they will call 10-111. You know that is happening. Exactly operations will be explained later, but the police and in the support of the SNDF, we are ready to make sure that these things we talk about of complete non-movement will be implemented and will be implemented accordingly. For 21 days, please stay sober.
Thank you, Minister Cele.